The way you shade and help is important. Can't get much closer.
The ball fake. The hump fake right there. Mismatch now. Kaminsky on Ulis on Kaminsky.
And they get back, and then
still got the size advantage, and Kaminsky's on the board.
And remains in there with Koenig sitting down.
The turn and face good with the drop step to that baseline.
How about this matchup? Kaminsky against
does a little when you need it.
Decker feeds it to Kaminsky.
Mismatch, nice spin out.
Inside and two.
Now really with Sean Miller. Remember, Tarczewski started out on Kaminsky last year when he had 28 points. Who made threes per game for this Arizona ball club?
Kaminsky around the defense with a two-handed flush. McConnell has gone 1 of 4.
See, this is scary right here.
Into Tarczewski, it's Kaminsky.
This is here constantly talking to these Arizona players, trying to disrupt their game.
Kaminsky. Arizona, though, does have some foul concerns.
Oh my goodness.
Kaminsky.
Well, I have to make sure you put him in positions that he's not used to being successful in. Yeah, I play down there a little bit.
Kaminsky, that'll count.
Athletic ability.
Benjamin played well early on. Here's Kaminsky with a spin. Shooting that rainbow three. There he goes back to that right again. Nice move. Kaminsky gets inside. That's two. Side to side, a lot of action. Great footwork in the post here by the big guy.
Kaminsky got it over Dawson. Forbes had transferred from Cleveland State. And Kaminsky answers back with...
They got him if they want him.
There he is. Entry. Oh, yeah.
On time.
Kaminsky calls for it. Got the two.
Too easy. An ISO here for Kaminsky.
And a little hope he can do whatever he wants with the great footsteps he has.
In the paint, left hand, and the game is tied.
A lot more touches. Randall had 6 shots in the first 2 minutes of his career.
Here you go, just like last week.
Yes. Gotta go. Let's go to help drag people, leave openings like this. There you go. That's his favorite. Little kiss. It was a great win for you guys. You beat a real good team.
Here's Kaminsky.
How about that?
What a touch.
He does.
Kaminsky, Zach Irvin guarding, and the double coming with Dawkins. So Kaminsky spins baseline. Oh, with the ball when he goes to the rim. That was trying to get low and battle Kaminsky. He spun out, lost his balance. Frank had the advantage all the way.
Do that. You drive in against either team. The help is so good for Wisconsin. The size so big for Kentucky. Look at that, dude.
Defensively, little mismatch inside. You'll just elevate.
It's Kaminsky on the freshman, and he scores.
And then person McKenzie, he's got to dribble a couple, and then they shadow.
And they got him 1-1, and he hits it home. He had only 2 out of 8 shots drop in the first half. 3 turnovers. Kaminsky now with 10.
I guess Bo doesn't. The interesting thing, you go to your strength, which I really agree with, as long as he can convert. He's
made it into a tough shot.
Look at this difference. Say goodnight. Ooh. Getting back to Bo, anybody who played high school or grade school basketball, him getting the whole nice post entry ball just too small.
Watch how they just, everybody clears out and gives Frank room to operate. Gave it up, got it back, and scored. Now Kaminsky working on Walker. Offhand, on the off way, went back.
I'm sure Decker, if he gets another shot against a guy who's a foot smaller than he is on the inside. And so their opponents shoot fewer free throws than anybody else in the country.
Here's Kaminsky.
Using about 6 moves. A lot of minutes from their bench.
Kaminsky's back on. Costello guards him. Kaminsky's fine. I'll go. Kaminsky. Koenig.
Last night, and somebody was talking to you, and they called you Mr. Raftery.
That was amazing.
His spirit lives on.
Yes, it does. And this one, I hesitate.
Keep an eye on team fouls here in this half. 4 already on Maryland. None on Wisconsin. Kaminsky
Ended up with at Minnesota and at Ohio State, so their story is absolutely yet untold for a 1 seed.
Kaminsky with the left hand. Kaminsky with a shot fake. And a finish.
He got beat twice on that play and didn't get beat on the play, if you know what I mean.
Kaminsky, yes.
On Decker. And Dickerson playing Kaminsky.
Here's Kaminsky. A touch. Face-up jumper on Dickerson.
You can step out, as this guy can.
John Lohr, who's now playing in the NBA. Kaminsky wheels inside.
They got to get it to him.
Gosser looking in that direction.
Elevate over, big fella.
Kaminsky, the back end, turns and connects.
Easy game. This is where you might get a push off. He can elevate here. This is a little too easy for the big fella. The old days.
Gosser feeds mid-post. Kaminsky. Got it.
Like his son.
Kaminsky, the back end. Steps through.
Frank seemed to bring it here tonight. This is a tremendously electric atmosphere. Kaminsky, fronted by Pickford. No weak side.
Zach Showalter's in the game for Wisconsin. Hartman just trying inside. 2. Nick has hit 3 3-pointers. The Hoosiers as a team are 6 of 7 shooting the threes here tonight.
And they continue to eliminate a shot blocker.
Trying to junk it up a little bit, trying to help defense inside. Yogi Ferrell dealing with Kaminsky, beautiful over the top. It's part of the conversation we were having earlier today. Kaminsky sealing inside. And he... Kaminsky spinning, enter. It's a tough shot.
And first dribble, I'm getting even with you. Second dribble, I'm going past you.
Kaminsky, a mismatch on you.
That was on shot from a bad shooter.
Kaminsky, right around Olashe.
12 of the 27 points for Michigan. You know, they're keeping them in it. There's another mismatch. And an easy one for Kaminsky.
Yeah, at least bring some confidence. Some of the information out there is hot garbage.
I'm talking about from the NBA. They're going on the bounce. Every time Kaminsky puts the ball on the floor in the lane, they're running the second defender.
Kaminsky off the glass.
Badgers everywhere.
Ammons is wincing.
Inside to Kaminsky. And Kaminsky off the glass.
Some of our guys in Jackson and Gosser that have close to 100 career games under their belt. So they've seen almost everything in game action. And Taylor's got to be careful because he already has 1 foul. Nigel Hayes going to be really aggressive.
Kaminsky, great move around. Pounds to his frame. Kaminsky backs down more and scores with the left hand. And now he finds him scoring up Travis. Kaminsky now along the baseline. How do you defend that?
In the line. Here's Kaminsky down low, spinning and hits with the right hand this time.
We talked about with Skeet, their three-point specialist at almost 50% per ball game out. Where was it going to come from? And Evans delivering. Knew that there wasn't a whole lot of offensive flow from the perimeter, witnessed by the fact that the Badgers were 2 of 11 from the floor, from three-point range. Kaminsky's modern-day basketball is Kansas's run of championships in the Big 8 and then the Big 12.
Kaminsky, nice move on the baseline.
If you're a Badger basketball player today.
Well said.
Sam Decker inside against Kaminsky down low, and Kaminsky working.
The shot falls short. Excellent defense.
Kaminsky on the drive. The turnaround floater.
Guys who are really good, they basically get to relax on the defensive end and not have to play, so they're really only playing 50% of the game. And Wisconsin is doing that in the half court. They're already stout, but when you get guys anticipating the passing range, that's when they're really good defensively.
Kaminsky on their way to a thumping of Milwaukee tonight as Frank Kaminsky goes to work again. Off the glass and good.
Here on CBS. And already Dukin has checked in for Decker. Remember, struggling with that ankle. And a nice find. Nigel Hayes.
And challenge. Each team won once. Each team winning on their home court. Kaminsky over Jefferson. And Frank Kaminsky. Final minute.
1 minute remaining in the game. 1 minute remaining.
Koenig got his man in the air. Into Kaminsky with good deep position to make it a 6-point game.
Cites high school teammates at Marshall High School on the west side of Chicago.
Kaminsky with a turn.
I totally agree. You have to really compete or beat Wisconsin on the glass, and you got to commit to get up the floor.
Nice move back, Kaminsky back.
In their earlier game, not afraid. He's free.
Kaminsky driving in, and a foul. Up it down to Hayes. A quick double up on him. And here's Kaminsky. The drop step.
That's his favorite.
And the two.
Jim, this is where they got to get after him, Kentucky. Be relentless. Look at the footsteps on the big guy. Oh, Kaminsky!
Look how much defense Arizona's got to play here, but good defense it is. Shot clock at 7. Kaminsky into Tarczewski. To get to the Sweet 16, he hit a huge 3.
Well, if you're Sean Miller now for Arizona, Johnson with 2 of Kaminsky with angle if you're Pinson. You got to be able to recreate that angle if you're going to try to get it down to one of your big men.
And Kaminsky on the move. Come North Carolina in the second half. And in Kaminsky. Also setting a screen, little spin inside. That's good. Number 1 in the West region. Kaminsky off the dribble. Herder team takes them out of their usual rhythm. Kaminsky fires one up and gets the roll. A 3-guard set with Kaminsky and Hayes. There's Kaminsky. It counts and the foul. There's Kaminsky and the foul.
They neutralize the size advantage and points in the paint advantage that Wisconsin has.
There is Kaminsky again.
Here's Kaminsky. He drops past Dawson.
Kaminsky all alone. They let him go right at Dawson.
For Minnesota, last foul, by the way, was called on Andre Hollins. He fouled Decker. There's Kaminsky, got Walker in the air and kisses it home, and Big Frank pulls it through the pressure from the Golden Gophers. Frank spinning, and it rolls in. How about gets it back. Frank rolling in and kissing it off the window.
At least they've lost some heartbreaking games in the league, but you know the progress is heading forward.
How about that spinning and
See how they play all these ball screens. Kaminsky pops to the top, clock at 10. 7-footer, put it on the deck and scores the first. Kaminsky faked the 3, went at Wells, and did a great job of control
there instead of trying to get it all the way to the rim.
The Player of the Year candidate, Kaminsky, spinning on Lehman. Got it to go, 3-point game timeout.
That's ridiculous. And Richard Pitino told you he felt like 12 of the 18 were good defense against Indiana.
How about the spin move by Frank the Kaminsky again, another spin move. This time he goes.
So there's one criticism I have of Brandon Taylor's game. I think he settles for too many jump shots.
Kaminsky inside with 2. Shot clock at 7. Kaminsky bumped off his path, but still.
They're doing a good job. Gosser gives it up. Shot clock at 9. Kaminsky. Tight defense there from Nunn. Kaminsky works his way in.
Purdue, because of the exact same reason, they're getting better.
3, Zach Showalter, 13, Douye Dukin are in.
Our friends at CBS will have the Michigan-Indiana game that will start the tripleheader of Big Ten basketball tomorrow.
Back the other way. Frank Kaminsky, potential National Player of the Year, certainly conversation a couple of days ago. Question is, how will Indiana deal with the size of Kaminsky and company? And so far,
Kaminsky around Woodbury with the left hand. 6 here in the first half for Gazelle. Kaminsky over Olashany.
They only had 1 turnover Tuesday against Iowa. A near perfect game, if you will. As Kaminsky, the force and the finish.
Defensive mistake. At least that's the way the folks in red are going to look at that.
Kaminsky into the teeth of the zone again, lays it up and in with the left.
And in practice, they don't accept bad passes and turnovers and play that's not fundamentally sound.
3-point. Kaminsky, Decker on that right side. Kaminsky on the drive and on the dunk.
Miles felt they needed to do to have a chance to win this game.
Shot clock in single digits. Kaminsky! Particularly when shooting. Here's Bronson kicking it to Kaminsky. About 3 on the shot clock. Kaminsky kisses it off the window.
Analysis, 11 Eastern, 10 Central, presented by Reese's right here on BTN. Kaminsky on the attack off the window.
Desperately, because this is a team that struggles to score. And Jershawn Cobb, he can score with the best of them.
Kaminsky gets...
Kaminsky. He says that's how we do it here in the Big Ten. Well, Jordan Dixon is going to have his hands full trying to contain Kaminsky.
And Kaminsky scores off the glass. Wisconsin raced out to an early lead, but the Nittany Lions have answered back. Kaminsky hits. Give him 8. Shot clock at 12 as Kaminsky drives.
For Buffalo, if they're going to have a chance to hang around here tonight.
Kaminsky trying to work his way in on Moss, and he gets it with the left hand. That's pretty. Kaminsky through the lane and gets it to go. Frank
acceptable. Cal very sloppy offensively. Wisconsin with a chance here in the next few minutes maybe to blow this open. Kaminsky very patient. Kept that all been there. That's a class act. John Calipari. Wisconsin plus set 11 on the glass. Kaminsky hangs and scores.
Hayes. Offensive rebounding, that's his specialty. Over 25% of the total rebounds belong to Hayes. And that's
the heals you and pins you inside to get his team an extra possession.
Kaminsky on the move, and there's the first points of the game.
The fluidity by which he plays. Look at this, folks. That's amazing.
And flips it in.
It's amazing.
Not. Oh, I should have gone coast to coast. He'll try now and throw it down with the right hand.
This team has no holes. Now they can be beat. I think it's of the teams I've seen, Wisconsin and Kentucky are the two best.
Hey, he's being patient right now. Has scored 60% of his points in the second half in his career.
Look at Kaminsky, the beautiful. 14 points in the second half for Boise State. Kaminsky, another spin move and a floater fall.
Years ago, because mine was nothing but cars.
Here's Kaminsky on the floater. Stephen, that the Phoenix, they're going to be tough to beat this year in the Horizon League. Kaminsky got the roll.
Badgers off to a good start from the floor, shooting 64%, and Kaminsky. 31 total for the Mocs, 28 points in the paint for Wisconsin, and Kaminsky
eliminated his Viterbo team out of the NAIA playoffs. So he said he had a score to settle tonight.
Kaminsky and Okafor.
Loves that
toe back outside. Kaminsky, Bill long shot, and he hits it. Last 10 points.
You want to stay at home, don't gamble if you could.
Kaminsky.
And he set that up by the gamble.
Execute, work hard, cutting. This is an experienced team.
Koenig sets up Kaminsky.
Well, to start the second half for Wisconsin, here's Koenig off to Gasser. Kaminsky has the ball. He'll put up a 3. And that's the way.
And Showalter on the perimeter here.
Oh, an open area for Showalter to go. Kaminsky from 3. Got it.
Wow. Is an issue. You know, that's a nice play there, but Curtis having to put it over the outstretched arms of the 7-footer.
And Kaminsky from second. They are holding for a final shot. Kaminsky fires and hits.
To help on defense and then get back out to the three-point shooters to run them off the three-point line.
This belong to Michigan State. Now with 3, Kaminsky launches and hits it.
Marin's got to keep Koenig in front of him.
Kaminsky, 3-pointer, got it!
Now inside 5, Koenig. Kaminsky just before the shot clock violation in Minneapolis. Off the ball screen. Kaminsky with a look. Kaminsky with a shot. Excellent perimeter shooter. Dukin made his first one tonight. Now Kaminsky has a wide open look and he rounds it home.
Man is a good defender, a good ball handler, a great energy guy, but at this point in his career, he's not much of a shooter. Ever seen that? It wasn't bad.
No. There's Kaminsky. Back outside, wide open look. Bingo.
Kaminsky for three. Yes. Updating us on where teams stand on the bubble as games are played. Here's Kaminsky. He's got 17.
Freight train when he gets going like that.
Kaminsky straight on.
He'll do that all night. Very sharp defensively. And Bo Ryan, again, we spoke about that pregame. Teams have shot 60% against him.
Kaminsky hits a three.
It doesn't matter. You go get that, you nab it, and then you go make the play.
Kaminsky with room. It's a three. The sixth made.
Off and running to the scores table to get in the game.
Bo Ryan leads the league in that.
Kaminsky for the outside.
Have been much better. Hayes in the post. Now Kaminsky. Yep. That's Trace. Going to have to take some low percentage shots.
He's the guy you want to have the basketball on short clock. The key to pedaling, it's not pedaling.
28-27. Kaminsky with the answer. With the knee injury suffered in the summer. Here's Hayes. Kaminsky back on the floor and back in the scoring column.
Did not expect to see the Badgers down 5 at this juncture. Here's Kaminsky trying to cut it to 2 and he does.
Good of it.
Trey Jackson, by the way, just 2 points and 1 of 5 shooting. Kaminsky for 3. Hit it. Grab it.
Marquette playing out the full possession here. Kaminsky for 3. Yes.
Got another switch out top.
Kaminsky for 3.
Big body to stay between Okafor and the basket.
Jackson and Decker have gone to the bench for the Badgers. Another 3 attempt for Frank Kaminsky.
But this year they can also guard.
Koenig, 14 big points off the bench in the win over Carolina. Jackson down in the post. Kaminsky's wide open and hits it.
That foul's a third against Boise State. Remember the other night, Green Bay had 15 in the first half against Wisconsin. Kaminsky drains the green.
Take what the defense gives them.
Another one falls for
That's not called, especially in the paint area. When that ball comes to you, you better have vice grips to hold the rock.
Long J from Kaminsky.
This is honorable mention, Mountain West. I'd like to see name me 3 or 4 guards that are better.
The 3 falls for
Being guarded by Anthony Monaco at 6'4", so he's got a 5-inch advantage.
And the 7-footer shoots threes and